back-to-back video, folks. I'm hacked off right now, and I'm upset because I just did a video on the fact that the Vice President of the United States, the Democratic top of the ticket for an election that is going to occur in less than 30 days, can't hold it together for an interview without help from the press and being super cut and super edited to make herself look coherent. Just did a video on that. It required that I include some snippets from a 60 minutes interview. So basically, I did a reaction to an interview snippet. And that video got struck by Paramount. It got struck by 60 minutes in an effort to conceal my commentary on the topic by hiding it in the algorithm because it's been copyright struck, and probably get me to remove the video. Running cover for your chosen political candidate is not a valid reason for smacking somebody with a copyright claim. This is easily fair use. This is an interview with a major political candidate in a run-up to an election. I used a snippet of that interview, 2 snippets of that interview specifically, in their full context. This was massively transformed from its original context and completely delineates itself from your original work. And even so, again, this is an interview with a political candidate from a member of the press. This is easily fair use. My First Amendment rights have been stifled by this. I mean, it's clear from the interview that you guys were doing your best to help her out, particularly in the editing room. As someone who edits video every single day, we can all see what you're doing there. But to take that video and say, well, this is our content with a major political candidate for public office, and say nobody else can have anything to do with this, even though it makes her look pretty bad. This is contrary to everything that you're supposed to stand for as an organization within the press corps. Y'all ought to have your credentials revoked for this kind of crap. You are shielding a political candidate that is not doing very well, trying to give her a leg up, and everybody can see you doing it. The narrative has gotten away from you, and we are taking it over. And I know that you don't like that, but using these tools against free speech is unacceptable behavior. CBS, I have submitted the dispute on this, and I've contacted my YouTube team as well. Remove this immediately. Let's roll sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Stopbox USA, and specifically we are highlighting their Stopbox Pro. This is designed as a retention device for your home defense firearm. So if you want to have a weapon at home that is ready to go, but you think it might not be responsible in your situation to just leave a naked loaded gun laying out on the counter so that your child could potentially come by and fiddle with it, well, then perhaps you should look into Stopbox. Now, the problem that I've had with the tabletop retention device in the past is that almost all of the products that are available in this market are some kind of electronic keypad thing. I have real big problems with electronic and Bluetooth and biometric stuff for get it and get it now type stuff. This is an all manual box that has special considerations for incidental access from small children and the like. To be clear, this is not meant to replace a safe. This is to keep little Susie from grabbing your nightstand gun to go deal with the monsters underneath of her bed while you're sleeping. They offer VSO subscribers a discount, and you can find all that information over at the affiliates page. Special thanks to Stopbox for making today's video possible. Trust in the corporate press is at an all-time low. We all know that. We all feel that. They have to be given special privileges on all the social media platforms where their authoritative designation puts them at the top, even though they consistently misrepresent factual information on a regular basis, especially when it comes to my wheelhouse, which is the firearms side of things. So in that particular interview, Kamala Harris and the host invoked Second Amendment related stuff. They started talking about guns. That is my wheelhouse. I'm a political commentator that deals in the firearms space. I'm also an industry contact that has worked in the firearms industry for over a decade that has a fair amount of subject matter expertise and experience. So I have some stuff to say. And for them to invoke Second Amendment related stuff in their interview opens it up wide for somebody like me to come in and have some things to say about it. I'm also a professional video editor, and I know some stuff about what it takes to edit down a video, specifically an interview. I understand why multiple cameras are used. I understand why strange cuts are made in the middle of a sentence. I have some things to say about that. And to stifle, to hide, to suppress my message because you don't really like what I have to say about what you did and what you're doing is anti-American. You want to talk about a threat to democracy like you do all the time, y'all ought to go take a look in the mirror. A press organization that props up a political candidate by throwing her softball questions for 2 hours and then edits the interview down to 20 minutes to fit into a 60 Minutes episode segment. And that political candidate did not receive a single vote in a primary to run in the general election. When that lack of a vetting process goes bad and blows up in your face, you attack other people that are pointing it out and try to keep them from pointing out your lack of integrity. You take advantage of the privileges that have been gifted to you by these social media platforms and enforce the tools inappropriately against those who are your direct competition because you are losing. It is no longer you, the select few, who decide what the truth is. It is us, the masses, that decide what the truth is, and we're doing it with our own eyes and our own ears. You cannot win. You cannot push us down by using these administrative tools to strike a couple of us. This is in direct violation of YouTube community guideline standards. You have fraudulently applied a copyright claim to my account, to my work, in an effort to steal the revenue from my work. YouTube, I fully expect to see CBS get a community guideline strike for this. That is the only thing that is appropriate. And while I'm at it, while I'm speaking to YouTube, I have warned you time and again that siding with these corporate political hacks is doom to you. Right now, you are before the court. You might get broken up from your parent company, Google. You are receiving this level of scrutiny because you continue to side with people like this, with like organizations like this. Stop doing it. You should revoke these people's privileges as an authoritative source, effective immediately, and issue a community guideline strike where they cannot monetize any of their content going forward, just like anybody else that would fraudulently submit a claim against another creator. This is unacceptable behavior. You want to talk about a danger to democracy? Go look in the mirror. I'm done for the day.